Okay. Okay, we are all gathered here, yeah? Okay. So thank you everyone for coming today. My name is Vidi. I'll be the MC for today's Design Up Close, Design and Contemporary Lifestyle Mentoring and Open Review. Today on Saturday, the 30th of May, we'll have the open review session. So before I start, I'd like to give an introduction about the Design Up Close program. So Museum Macan and BWI present Design Up Close, a new program series dedicated to the practice and theory of design. Creating links between global designers and local design issues, the program consists of a regular keynote lecture paired with a mentoring and open review program. This program is supported by Himpunan Desainer Interior Indonesia, HDII, and Aliansi Desainer Produk Industri Indonesia, ADPI. This program is also powered by Cisco WebEx. First, I would like to invite Aaron Sito, Museum Macan Director, to give an opening remark. Please, Aaron.
Thanks, Woody, and hi everyone. Welcome to the Design Up Close program, the second session of Design Up Close. Before I start, I really want to acknowledge our sponsors and our partners who have helped us to get to this point. A big hi there to Charles Sutanto, who is our partner in crime, who has partnered with us to bring the Design Up Close program. So thank you to BWI. Also to our sponsors, Cisco WebEx, who help us deliver the technology platform so that we can all be connected right now. And also the partners for this particular session of Design Up Close, LaCividina, the Indonesia Interior Design Association, and the Indonesia Product Design National Alliance. I'd also like to make a special welcome to our reviewer, Christian Tomadini, who is the Direttore Generale of LaCividina, and our mentor, Eugenio Hendro, who is one of Indonesia's leading product designers and who has worked with some of Indonesia's leading brands. We have some other special guest reviewers from the Indonesia Interior Design Association, Ibu Naila Jatnika and Ibu Rina Renville, and our guest reviewer from the Indonesia Product Design National Alliance, Bayu Edward. Welcome again to our reviewers and our mentors, and a big welcome also to our mentees. I really do hope that you get a lot out of this very new program which we have pulled together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Now I'd like to invite Pak Charles Sutanto, the director of BWI, to give an opening remark. Please, Pak Charles.
Hi, thank you, Vidi. Hi, everyone. My name is Charles, and some of us we spoke before during the previous session. So, first of all, as I said, right, I think I hope that like Aaron said, that I hope you guys get a lot out of this, right? And then just remember, there's no winners or losers in this kind of session. The most important thing is to have an open conversation and have a lively discussion, so that it's not just you gonna get the benefit, but also for us, right? And then people who are interested in design. So I hope you guys enjoy the session, and then I would like to thank Museum Macan, Christian, to spend his Saturday morning with us. Eugene has been a great mentor, and Bunaila, Burina, Mas Bayu, thank you very much for spending your time in this Saturday afternoon. And then all the best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Charles. Now I'd like to give an introduction to our mentor, Eugenio Hendro. So Jakarta-based designer Eugenio Hendro received a design degree from Institut Teknologi Bandung. His studies focus on designing objects and furniture, merging various cultural contexts, combining new technology with traditional craftsmanship in order to highlight multifaceted beauty of materials and draw renewed attention to small details. So, Mas Eugene, I would like to invite you to give an opening remarks. Please, Mas Eugene. Maybe you can unmute the audio first. Okay, thank you.
Guys hear me now?
Yes, thank you, Mas Eugene.
Okay, okay. Sorry, it's been muted. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here and who are still committed uh, to until the end of our 3 days program with Museum Macan and BWI. Thank you also, Christian, for being here today. I know it's Saturday and you are freeing your time for us. We really appreciate it. Okay. My name is Eugenio. I'm a product designer and currently the mentor for this program. Let me recap a bit about what the session is about in the past few days. So our topic is design and contemporary lifestyle. Uh, and in the first day, just to touch a bit about contemporary style, we learn about the timeline of furniture style from classic to contemporary. So contemporary itself is all about the now and the future, which makes the style is particularly hard to define. Well, by definition, it is what happening in a design. It is what happening in design at this very moment in time. So I want to emphasize in the word now and what is happening in design. Um, we are not touching about styles, but we are touching about the conditions and how the conditions are affecting the designs. So how our current condition or lifestyle has an impact on modern design and what products that we are seeing in the market today. And the second days, uh, we mentioned about there are two directions nowadays in our lifestyles that we see is happening really, really fast. The first one is about the increasing of human interconnections, the one that we are doing right now. So we are using technology and media to connect with each other globally. And then the second one is the improvement of life conditions. So we believe that every design that are being created right now is to improve our previous conditions, whether it's about ergonomics, wellness, or even a production process. So our participants are asked to find and describe what type of furniture slash room that they are using the most and what kind of improvement that they can suggest to make the furniture slash room become more suitable to their lifestyles. So it's really real conditions and real solutions. Today, you guys will be presented with something that they have been working on for this past couple of days to be reviewed, and I hope we can make this session a fun session. Feel free to be feel free to bring out your opinion and then discuss, and let's make it the fun session together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Eugene. Now I'd like to introduce our special reviewer today, Christian Tomadini. So Christian obtained his diploma from technical school and graduated in engineering management from the University of Udine. He is registered under the Italian Engineers Register. After graduation, he had 3-year experience in the environment acoustic sector and has worked in the furniture field since the year 2000. He has served important roles as production manager, plant manager, and general manager in companies of the Fantoni Group. In 2008, Christian took over the sales management of Fantoni, and in the same year, he received the National Innovation Award from Mr. Napolitano, President of the Italian Republic. In January 2012, he was appointed as the General Manager of Moroso SPA for 6 years. From March 2018, he supported Vulvio and Paula, LaCividina owners in the LaCividina management. So I'd like to invite Christian to give a welcoming remarks. Please, Christian.
Very nice to meet you to everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you today. It's a great opportunity for us because LaCividina is a small company that has its knowledge in more than 75 countries all over the world, but every time we could share ideas and something about design with people around the world, it's a great opportunity. I think that, as you know, because also in the introduction you heard, I've been working in the furniture field for more than 20 years, and then I think that now my ideas about design furniture are very clear, and I think that nowadays design is a matter of responsibility, because a designer today really could not miss the importance of their sign of the design. Design is a project. Today, design collect together many aspects that are with sustainability, that are with the future of our life in the art. And then design is a question of sustainability and responsibility today. It's a very great fil rouge, a great connection through the design and the arts. But design has to go back to the roots of the name, that is a project that collect together many aspects, and that is the difference, in my opinion, from the art that is an expression of creativity that has no responsibility when it's born. Have a nice day. Please, no worries about your work, because I think that everybody has the possibility to do something to improve our life and our projects all around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian. So for your information, Christian will also give a keynote lecture about design and contemporary lifestyle in July 2020. Okay, next I'm going to introduce our guest reviewer from ADPII and HDII. So we have Mas Bayu Edward, who is an ADPII member who is a design product designer practitioner who specialize furniture design and craft. And we also have Ibu Rina Ranville, the head of HDII. Also, we have Ibu Naila Jatnika, who is in charge of programs at HDII. Now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our mentees who has worked hard with their presentations for today. We have Sasha Anggun, Naufal Argianto, Melissa Ardani, William Vijah Damo Lumintan, Ratu Vieni Fitrilia, Luis Chandra, Riza Septriani Dewi, and Stephen Daniel Margono. Okay, so we are going to start the presentation. I'm going to give this opportunity to Mas Eugene to lead the presentation of the mentees. Please, Mas Eugene.
All right, thank you, Widi. For the first, the one that will presenting is Sasha Anggun. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So Sasha, maybe you can turn on your video and turn on your audio. Yeah.
Hi, Sasha.
Hi.
Can you please introduce yourself and then start the presentations?
Okay.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to join this mentoring and open review. My name is Sasha. I'm a jewelry design student from University of the Arts. And today I'm here to talk about my design exercise result after 3 days mentoring session. This table is the first that I use the most since from home period started. I use this table every day since it's the only table that's available to use in my room. But originally, this is not a desk for studying or working. I use this table mainly for studying, writing, and doing homework. You can see the dimension of the table at the bottom of the left side. Okay. What needs to be improved from this table? After using this table for a period of time, I found three main problems. The first one is there is some kind of base at the bottom of the table, which is not ideal ergonomically speaking. So I have to adjust my chair's height because of it. The next slide. Okay. And the second one is the table's edges are too sharp, so they make my arms hurt a little bit if I use it for a long period. And the third one is because I use a lot of paper when studying, I need some kind of place or containers to keep my papers that can be quickly reached by my hand, while at the same time doesn't sacrifice the table space. Okay, on the next slide. Okay. What can we do to improve them? First, we have to change the sharp edges into rounded edges. And the second one is we have to remove the base. Okay, and then next. Okay, the third one is we could add a paper container extension on the side of the table. This container extension can be used to store papers like vertically, so it would not take too much space on the room and doesn't affect the table space because my table is already small enough. And this can be installed permanently or can be detachable. This is the initial design for the extension. Okay. Here is the details for the extension. This paper container is designed for A4 size paper, and you can see the dimension on the right side. My main choice of material is wood because wood is easy to find, strong, solid, and matches with the table. But I also chose two alternative choice of material. The first one is plywood because plywood is easy to find, and the second one is clear acrylic for a nice transparent look. Okay. On how to attach the extension to the table, and on the next slide. Okay, on how to attach the extension to the table, we can use bolts and nuts for a more secure fit. But for different types of table, we could use hooks to attach the extension to the table. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sasha. Mas Eugene, sorry, maybe you can unmute first before.
Okay, thank you, Sasa, for the presentation. So from your current condition, you choose this table, your working table, and then to improve your how you work, you try to design a new additional product that being placed in the side of the table to put the paper. Isn't it right? Is it? Sasha?
Sasha, maybe you can unmute too your audio.
Sorry. Yes, that's right.
Yes, okay. So for the first reviewer, let me jump to Christian. So Christian, do you have any opinion about the problem and then the improvement that Sasha is presenting right now?
I appreciate a lot that Sasha decided to use as a first choice for the material the wood, because the two parts together, and then the table and the new extension will be with the same material, and then in terms of sustainability, it's a great solution, a great choice. Maybe there will be some troubles about the plan that she decided to take away from the bottom part of the table, because the legs, in my opinion, in this way, the legs could be a little bit unstable.
Can you do you have any opinion about that, Sasha? I think we discussed it the previous day about the bottom half of the table.
Yes, actually, I also think a lot about that. So I'm thinking maybe I could add some additional structure on the bottom, like, but only on the left and right side, so it makes the table more stable, something like that.
Okay. Well, for me personally, I really like the solutions. I think the type of product that you created is can be used in many tables. Like I think it's an additional, a good additional working stationery, if I can put it that way. So I think not only for your table, but we can use for a working desk in many environments. So I really like the solutions. I agree with Christian about the lower half of the table, but uh, you have been having a difficulty by uh, the part of the bottom of the table is being placed there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to adjust the height of the chair.
Yeah, I need to make my chair a little bit higher.
Yes, just to avoid the bottom half.
Yeah.
Okay, Christian, do you have any more opinion, or we can jump to Mas Bayu?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, then we go to Bayu then from ADPII.
Okay, thank you, Eugene, and thank you, Sasa. Well, I think the first time look at your design, I can predict it that probably that you have a motivation to make yourself comfortable. That's the most aspect that make it your aim for the design. The second one, I can see from your response to the edges of the table that you are really concerned with ergonomic and safety in order to achieve the comfortability. I think that's really a good consciousness from you, yeah. And then, but then I can see you are adding feature. You are trying to adding feature other than readjusting your table to achieve the effectivity. Your focus is to effectivity for make your main activity in your house, especially in this uh, COVID situation. You have to keep yourself to be more effective with your work. But I have some input, so I think I clear with the motivation of the design, and I think I can give you some input about the technique and the
Okay.
material aspect. So just like Christian, I agree that you are trying to use the existing material that is in your house. And I would like to add something that you probably could use another technique other than wood. Probably like you can try DIY for sewing base. So you use some kind of fabric that you have in your house to make your container more flexible and more softer, yeah. And the other thing is you have to think about the structure itself for the container. It's not. I think it can be more flexible. It can be more adjustable for using, and also back again to the safety. So if we create, if I think if we create the container from softer material, so it can goes with your previous propose, that is safety and ergonomic. And the second one is about the hook that you use for hanger, the container hanger. I have another idea. I have another input for you. Probably you can use something or design a component or using something that will not leave mark to the table itself. For example, if you have the bag hanger or purse hanger that usually bring by women or ladies, they go everywhere and put it in their bag, and every time they sit on at the cafe or everything, they just put the hanger. It's really portable and doesn't leave mark to the table. I think it is a smart installation. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the review by you. Okay, we go to the second participant, Noval Argianto. Noval, are you ready? I think the microphone is being mute. Noval?
Yes. Okay. Can you hear?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
You good?
Okay. I'm good.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. It's such a honor to give an elevator pitch to all of you. Good afternoon, Mr. Christian. Good afternoon, Mr. Eugene, and all the reviewers and participants. Introduce myself. My name is Noval Argianto, currently a second-year student of Industrial Design at 10 November of Institut Teknologi Surabaya. Today, I want to present the open review season that I've been working last 3 days. Let's get started. Okay, go ahead to the next slide. Okay. During work from home, my priority activities from the outdoor shift more over to indoor activity. Early pandemic, before I returned to my hometown, I live in the dorm room with dimension of 3 times 3.5 meters. It can be converted 10 times 11.5 feet. The furniture that I can rely on is a work desk. But the problem is I need a lot of space to do my daily activity. When a lot of work on the desk must be balanced with some exercise in the room for reaching my work-life balance. Besides the fulfill my basic needs, there are four main activities that I do, such as the first picture I like to sketching. Second is working on paper or brainstorming. Third is making mock-ups or another handicraft. And fourth, like exercise. Imagine that I must do four main activity in the one small room. Okay. Next slide. In order to solve this problem, I need to rearrange my furniture, especially the workstation and a more compressed wardrobe. The idea that came up how to get rid the wardrobe, since I didn't need a lot of storage because all I had just a bit clothes and I needed 3 or 4 pieces cloth hanger. And next slide. This is the first idea that I could sketch 2 days ago. You know, this condition make us working in the limited and specific area. So important to minimize every furniture to make it more compact and efficient to use. I need a large workstation every since I do my school stuff. To make it done, I combine the wardrobe at the bottom of the bed to make more space. Then I need to rescale my workstation with adjustable workstation and extension add-on. Okay, next. So this is the final idea that I can bring to this presentation. We focus on a bed. In a single bed, I prefer using knockdown frame because the bed are my personal property. In the time I should move from my dorm room, I can easily picking up the furniture. In the bottom, I place the storage with caster wheel to replace the wardrobe. Some other case, my schoolmate staying overnight and lay out the mattress. When I woke up earlier, I can reach my own storage easily. So I can, if there any caster wheel, I can easily just rotate and push inside without waking up my friend in the ground. When I get bored, it's simple to rearrange my furniture to get a new atmosphere because the storage installed by caster wheel. Material I using from the frame bed is some kind of strong wood. I didn't get any information about the detail of material, but the storage I use is preferred to 18 gauge. Now we can focus on a workstation. This is a sliding workstation with rail line that can add the extension. I using the study cases on my daily activities. The first picture is a configuration when I sketching. The usual position when I use it is more often standing to adjust the direction of the arm more freely. When I get tired, I can sit and easily pull down with height adjustable. The second one and the second picture, when I doing paper to work some paper and brainstorming activity that requiring workstation to get some space to put paper or stationery in this side workstation. In these cases, I need to sticky notes to just pin it in this or there place. So I can use screen to pin the sticky notes or write important things with marker. That can easily erase. And the third picture is when I just watching movie or gaming, I didn't need a lot of space, or I do some exercise on the ground, so I need to swipe back my workstation in order to get more space on the ground. And the material I prefer to use in this workstation, I think the leg using wood, rail, and pneumatic height adjustable using aluminum alloy for get enough power, but still like with the laminate finish on surface. Also the screen using acrylic that can be changes with whiteboard or hard cardboard. So next. This is the detail of the knockdown and pneumatic height adjustable. How I overcome the contemporary in my design is to care and more sensitive about my around environment, because in my opinion, contemporary lifestyle is created from the evolution of human needed. That's all for me. Don't be hesitate to asking. I hope you all keep inspiring during this hard time. Thank you. This is the size. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Nofal, for the lovely presentations and quite complete. Okay, let's go to you, Christian.
Yeah, really interesting. I like very much the idea of the connection of the wooden part of the bed, and I think that it could be used aluminum instead of the steel. I don't know if it could be an idea to have only two or maximum three materials totally, because nowadays it's very important to guarantee the strip out of the materials, and then you need to separate the raw materials and to have less number of them in the project. I think also the shape and the ideas that Naufal put in the project are very, very interesting. I think it could be a matter of cost of production, and then in terms of final price of the product, it could be really expensive with the shapes, with the molds that you need to do some pieces, and yeah, it could be a matter of price.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for mass productions product, it will be very expensive, especially with a lot of materials uh, are being chosen to be in one specific product, and then the dimension also, and then I think it can be refined a bit. I know we're not talking about styles in these sessions, but then again, it's the solution is I understand about the solution that Nofal is trying to bring to the table. Uh, there's a little bit of improvement. I think I wanna adjust, like the container under the bed. I don't really understand about the shape that is being too rounded, and then I think being a bit boxy is maybe you can save a lot of space. Maybe there's a lot more space that and then about the multifunction table, I understand about the solutions because at that at when I'm in the university, I also think about this kind of product, the multifunction can do anything type of tables. It can be it slides, it go ups, it go down, and then you press this and then come out with another features that helps you. But then again, sometimes I think when we're talking about idea, it's a good exercise also when we can edit the idea. So I think for Nofal, it's about refining, editing. So this is the first step. I think you need a second, third, fourth, a couple more steps, and then refining the shape, refining the concept to become more complete product. And yes, I agree with Christian. If it goes to mass production, then it will be very costly. We go to Bayu. Do you have any opinion about this?
Yes, yes, thank you, Eugene. Okay, it is very interesting for Noval because I think Noval is a typical example of a student in Indonesia who lives in dorm room, make his design as an honest response. So because this is his current situation, daily problem. This is why the design is really honest, in my opinion. But in that way, he could optimize the empathy. Because of that way, he could optimize the empathy for it is his daily problem. And then the result is it's potentially has a potentially of uniqueness. And another thing that I have to give opinion for now far is I think you could simplify it a bit because if you can see another aspect from your design, another potential from your design, it is a really business opportunity. If you think that your case is not only happened to you, it's happened to many students in Indonesia who live in a small dormitory room like you. I think you can start to think that when you design, it's not always you have to create it by yourself, but you have to start to think to collaborate with other industries to discuss about the price, about the technical and other things. You have to tap another input from another expertise. I think that's it.
Yes. Okay. Nofal, uh, you got what Bayu, Christian, and I are saying? Do you understand about the direction that we are saying? Nofal.
I understand. Sorry, I mute before. I understand about the suggestion and opinion about all of you. It's a lot of experience that I get. Thank you for the suggestion and okay.
Okay, thank you, Nofal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we go to the next one. Melissa Ardani. Okay, this is a presentation from Melissa. Melissa, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, take a deep breath
Um,
and then go.
okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Christian. Hello, Mr. Eugene. My name is Melissa Ardani. I'm a junior interior designer from Rumah Work Studio. Just graduated last year. And today, for this assignment, I created Magic Pillow as a contemporary product in my existing condition. Why? Well, since quarantine days, I spend most of my time working in my studio apartment, from working, watching Netflix, and many more. And for Mr. Christian, in this presentation, there's rebahan club means lying down club. Yeah. Next. As an active person, I can't stay in one position for too long. It's tiring for me. Next. I around in my 40 square meters apartment, which is quite small if you think about it. Next, problems. Let's see it this way. When you are working, you want to be comfortable, right? For example, comfortable is while I'm working and sitting with stretched leg in my bed and using pillow as my laptop base rather than using hard foldable table. But as you all know, the pillow will make the laptop hit faster. It's not good for the laptop, and that's one of the problems that I face. Next, and and weird because you all know I'm an active girl. I need a product that makes me comfortable in any position and activity. Next, and that's why I created Magic Pillow. Ta-da! Next, it's multifunction, foldable, adjustable, flexible, and can be knocked down. Next. Pillow is the size of the magic pillow is about 40 times 55 centimeters. They're solid part on the first layer using wood as the material and won't make my laptop hit fast. And the second layer is soft part. It's like cushion. It's comfortable for my thigh, and I choose dark gray as the color so it won't get dirty easily. And this is magic pillow can be knocked down. We can add more layers and can be foldable. And next, now the shape of this magic pillow is have a curve and is adjusted with human body, so when it fits perfectly. And next, and let me show you how this magic pillow works. When I'm sitting on my bed with stretched leg, this magic pillow, I use this magic pillow as my laptop base so I can work comfortable without my laptop getting hot because using wood as the material. And the most important in the second layer, it's soft so it's comfortable. And the next, number two, when standing position, I need a base for. Sorry, no, can go back. And the second position and standing position, I need a base, so my laptop will be higher and more ergonomic because the height of my table is standard. It's not a standing table, and this magic pillow can be adjusted by adding one or more layer cushion, so the head of my laptop is just right. Next, and the third, when I'm sitting on my desk or I need a pillow for my back to prevent backaches, and the solid part of the maxi pillow can be separated and fold the cushion so I can use it to my back and getting comfortable. And the fourth, when I'm sitting on the floor and put my laptop on the bed, and I need a base so it's more comfortable by removing the hard part of magic pillow so I can use the cushion as my seat to sit on the floor, so it will be more comfortable. And the fifth and the last one, this is lying on the bed, and this magic pillow can be folded to prop my head up so I can work comfortably. And next slide. Next slide. And so, sorry, can go back to. So this Maxi Pillow is your one-stop solution because it's adjustable and comfortable in any position and activity. It will suit well with contemporary lifestyle, which is most of people spend their time in their small space and do anything there is. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for the presentations. Let's go to Christian first then.
Sorry, Melissa, probably I missed, what is the material of the base of the magic pillow, the gray one?
The gray one is cushion. It's like cushion, so it's soft and it's from latex and fabric.
Okay, great. Yeah, and then it is foldable and also soft. And you put you put the plan, the straight plan on the top.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I like very much in the presentation the sketches that Melissa did. Are very smart, very. Yeah, I'm not. I have to think about the project. I'm not ready to tell you something more. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Christian.
It's a bit confused, maybe. Well, from me, Melissa, do you know that there are similar product to the one that you design in the market,
Yes.
Indonesian market?
Yes, I know there's a lot laptop pillow out there.
They call the laptop pillow.
Yeah.
Yes. What is so different with this product compared to the previous product that already in the market?
Okay. What makes this Magic Pillow is different is they just fix pillow. They can be knocked down. So this Magic Pillow, it can be knocked down. We can just put one layer and remove the one. So and this Magic Pillow have a curve. So when we use it, it just fits perfectly. Most of in the market it's just like square or rectangle, and this Magic Pillow is adjustable. And this is not just table in the market. It's just table for using laptop in the bed. But this is not just a table. It also can be a seats on the floor. It can be table. It can be for above back of back, and yes, and this material is using latex with most in the market using styrofoam butiran,
Beat.
styrofoam bits, and that's not apa, and it's easily hit fast for using in long term. That's the different maxi pillow and basic one in the market.
Okay, I understand the solution that you are trying to suggest, but there also, for me, there's also one thing that is bothering me about how you work. I mean, if we can go back to the previous page, yes, this one.
Mhm.
Uh, Working position, like using computer. I think that there's I think some of the posture, it can create a bad posture for your body. Uh, Working too many hours in front of computer while laying down or while uh, I think sitting is more correct for you. But then again, judging by there also a similar product that already in the market, I think there's also a real market for it. I mean, people really using a laptop pillow. So yeah, I'm I'm okay with the idea, but not so much with the working position. Like it can affect your posture on a long term. By
Okay.
you, do you have any opinion about this?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you. Well, Melissa, I think I can see that you are really enjoying work from home a lot. I think, yeah, that you are having fun on designing the magic pillow. So therefore, that's why I can see that that you have really connected with your design, and yeah, and you have an intention to make the design to become a personal goods. I think because that's the background. I think your design have an enormous space to express personality with. I mean, you still have a lot of to thinking about the visual to relate with other personalities with that fun like you. And I have some input according to Christian and Eugene's opinion for you. I think yeah, especially from Eugene about the function and the ergonomic aspect. Yeah, I think you need to reconsider way more fun feature. I think that could be another value proposition for your product. And maybe you don't have to anchor your idea to laptop function only. You can make it you can interpret it with another fun function in your room. For example, like you're reading book with that, you can eat and do everything with your lovely pillow like this. I think that's my opinion, Melissa.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any more to say, Melissa?
Thank you for the opinion and the suggestion. Just that. Thank you.
Thank you for the lovely presentation. Okay, we go next to William Fijadamo. William, William, are you ready? Hi.
Is it clear?
A bit louder, please.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity given. My name is William. I'm an interior design graduate student from Petra Christian University, Surabaya. And for this mentoring and open review session, I have designed a furniture to solve one of my problems during this intense work from home activity. But before that, let's take a look at the layout of my room first. So my room is actually kind of big because it used to be my parent master bedroom, and then I have used it since high school until now. Since then, I've done some re-layout until I find this layout suits me best because it can between private and public area. And my daily activity in this room, since work from home, is kind of simple and repetitive in so many ways, like waking up in the morning and then do some housekeeping stuff. After that, I have breakfast while watching YouTube in this workstation desk. After that, I do some work related to design, like sketching or 3D modeling using laptop. Then in the afternoon, I take a break for a while, have some lunch while watching YouTube again in this workstation. After that, I will resume my work until evening. So as you can, my time I spend in the room using this workstation. Okay, next. Okay, so I've been using it and I found some problem with this old school, big and massive workstation. The main problem is large size because the width is 200 centimeters and the depth is 100 centimeters. I can't reach things far to. Thus, my effective working area is only about 70%. Not just that, the huge doors and wood profiles, it takes a lot of space. So there isn't room for my chair mobility. Also, I don't know why, but there's a reasonable amount of gap on the back side that don't have any function at all. Next. Okay. So here is what I came with. I a workstation desk with a keyword concept of clean, spacious, and multifunction. The dimension is significantly smaller compared to the old school furniture that I have. It's only about 150 centimeters wide and 60 centimeters deep. It uses glass material and framing structures to give lightweight look. That combined with separate filing compartment from the table, now I have more spacious area for my chair mobility. Also, it has other complementary features like built-in power in the back and under-table platform. Okay, next. So this is the multifunctional features that I add. So I can add additional workspace if I wanted to by pulling the filing cabinet and utilizing its top side. But if it's still not enough, I can then pull the retractable drawer in the middle compartment to add extra space. The middle compartment also have adjustable laptop docking station, so I can freely adjust the angle suits to what I'm doing at that. I can adjust it flat or until 17-degree angle increment. Okay, next. Okay, so for the last is the material that I use for this workstation. Mainly I choose aluminum tube and hollow framing for the leg and structural element because of its and durability. Then for the top table, I choose tempered glass to enhance the durability even more. And for the middle compartment, I use plywood with high pressure laminate finish for easy manufacturing process. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, William, for the lovely presentations. Okay, Christian, we go to you first.
Thank you very much, William. It's an interesting project. I have a question. What about the 5mm tempered glass that you have in front of you near the laptop plan, the laptop surface?
Yeah, design it. I think I will so I can see the bottom part, the drawer part. So when I do some sketch and then I put it under the table, I can still see it, and then I can model it in. I think it's for the ease of access to see what's below. That's it.
Understood. Yeah, I think that having there the movable the desk, it's not so important to have that glass there. Appreciate a lot the choice of the materials, the very straight design, without any any more detail that is not functional. It's I don't know. It's a little bit rich of details. A lot of details that maybe could be also cleaned. I think that you could also clean more the design, clean more the final result of the shapes and of the final object. You agree, Eugenio?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Christian. I think because of the session, we don't touch about style very much. So, but the solution that they come out is maybe the still in the first phase of the solution that so it need to be refined. So the style can be refined. I mentioned this before in no file presentations. How the idea is need to be edited. So right now it looks like a multi-function can do anything type of table. So maybe you need second, third, fourth, a couple more steps to reduce and edit it and make it more simple. So it doesn't cost very much to produce. But I understand the solution that he's trying to convey because he needs something that is he needs something to draw like a sketch table. So that's why the glass material coming from. And then I like the solution that he uh, separate the drawers by making it movable. So the shape of the table itself is more clean, but then again there's a lot of things going on the middle sections. It can be retracted, it can be like folded, there's a glass in it. So maybe if you have any if you have more time, William, you can more refine, you make it refined. So you need to edit a lot of things, but then again I understand the solutions and good job. How about you, Bayu?
Okay, there are some point that William can tell us something about William show us about the contemporary means itself. So uh, probably we cannot judge the contemporary only by from the object, but we can see from what William do itself. So the meaning of contemporary itself from what William did is that since the work from home happened, William get more, and many people also get more engaged with their space, daily space, especially and daily product for, that they are usually use. So uh, usually every day we just see the product as the product and the space as just as it is, as a space only. And then from this situation, I think this is another definition of contemporary, that people are moved to start to respond with their own product and space, just like William did. He didn't redesign the existing product, but he inspired to design a better product than the previous that he has. So another thing is about more to design and technique, I think. Yeah. William, can you tell me what's the function of the sliding drawer again?
So in my existing workstation that I have right now, I have this middle compartment
Yep.
that I uh, open up the door so I can draw with.
Okay. So
And I think I still need that features in the design. So I add it so it suits my need for drawing, for sketching, and etc.
okay, okay, that's good. Because I saw that you presented you show you put laptop also, yeah, on the top. And when the laptop is turned on and you work with your laptop, and at the same time you draw on the sliding drawer, yeah. Well,
Yes,
my
yeah.
opinion is I think you still have a lot of opportunity to think the configuration, I think, yeah. You can reconfigure the table, and divide it by zoning, yeah, for your activity, and you can find a harmonic composition of the function and also the aesthetic. Another way, another thing is I can see you try to contrasting beautifully the desk between natural material, even though it is plywood with HPL, yeah. I think you have intention to make a contrast visual. So I think the key is when you find the best configuration, you can find perfectly how to contrast the material itself. And the last thing, I love the idea of the tempered glass on the top. Uh, and I think you need to put you need to put drawer instead of like cabinet like that, under the top table under the glass, and you can expose the mechanism of the drawer. I think that's my opinion for you, William. Thank you, Eugene.
Okay.
Very much.
So William, any words about that?
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. I will think it for later development.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you,
very much.
William, for the lovely presentations. Okay, now we move forward to Ratu Fieni.
Hi. Hello.
Are you ready? Okay. You have a lot of fans in
Yes.
YouTube right now. You have a lot of fans waiting for your presentation right now in YouTube.
Oh, really? Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Christian, Mr. Eugene, and also all the other reviewer and my fellow mentees. I'm Fini. I'm an interior design student from LaSalle College, Jakarta. And today I would like to show you my result, my 3 days of mentoring by Mr. Eugene. Okay. Where's the Sorry, I cannot see can showing or being
Okay,
shared.
Galu, please.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you a little story during this quarantine. I stay a lot in my bedroom. It is a 10-meter square bedroom. Compared to the typical bedroom in Indonesia, actually quite small. But here I do most of my activities such as sleeping, eating, and also studying and working. workstation area where I can spend around 6 up to 8 hours of my time. Next. There are two main activities that I do. First, of course, working on my laptop. And the second one, embroidery projects. Next. So this is my current workstation looks like. I realized that this is not an ideal workstation for me. The problems. First, the open shelving system makes the workstation looks messy, and I need to clean them regularly or using this set to prevent my stuff from the dust. And also, I don't really like the railing, the one on the wall for the open shelving. It is not visually pleasing. And the last one would be there's no dedicated space for my embroidery tools, such as threads, hoops, scissors, and also my fabrics. And it's kind of hard for me to reach all different stuff from all different places. So what I want to improve from my workstation is to create a better storaging system and a cleaner visual. The room feels bigger than the actual size. This is the main goal. Next. For step, I want to get rid of the unnecessary. I want to reduce the visual noise, and also I want to use white and narrow color. And I also inspired by this backboard where it can be used to managing and also storing little things like stationery. Next. Next. Yes. These are materials that I'm gonna use. First, I'm gonna using perforated white metal as the main material for my design. For the base, matte white to paint as the finishing, square metal hollow for the frame, and also greenery as the decoration. Next. So I came up with this solution to create a movable storage design where I can store most of my fabrics, books, and my embroidery tools with the dimension of 40 by 60 by 72 centimeters. And move around with these rubber caster wheels and also with perforated metal as the main material for this movable storage. I plan to have tiny little hooks you can find in a hardware store. I can hang my hoops, I can hang my scissor. Also, I tend to reach more while doing my projects. Next. Yes, this is the overall look or overall design of my workstation. Instead of using the old system in the wall or using the L bracket system for the table, I want bracket system to create the illusion of floating table. And also these are the tiny little hooks that I told you before. I in my perforated metal as the main material. And also for the movable storage, I want to put them under my table. And if I of them, I can just add one more. And it is very flexible when I'm doing my work and also my projects. And I hope with this design, I can be more productive and also I can create more arts and contemporary lifestyle. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Fini. Thank you for the Lovely presentations. This one is more into the clean lines. The other presentation is like everything is like they add a lot of functions, while this one is like reducing everything. I like it. It's different. So Christian, go ahead.
Yeah, it is, I think, really an interesting project behind, because there are two shelves that supports the bench. On the other side, the supporting of the bench is fitted on the wall, and then there is an interesting idea, global idea of the project. That is the meaning that I had when I did my presentation this morning. The project has to be a total concept, a total idea on what you are doing, and then I like it. I like it very much, because it's very easy. Materials that are not so costly, and yeah, interesting. I like it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I can totally see this type of product is being mass produced. You can see a lot of uh, a simple table, simple top tables, and then very simple movable drawers. It can be like produced separately, and then there's a thing in you can put a hook in the wall. That also, for me, it can be produced separately, and then when you combine, it became another a good concept, design concept. And then if you, I think it's like a, you can something like I'm not mention IKEA, but then again, it's a, you can use this or you can use this, or it's a mix and match, not the mix and match, but you can play around with it. And I think it's great for retail. It's options for the customers to do something about their working space. Uh, Again, this is like the direction is different from the other participants, while the other participant is like more adding function to it. Fini is more reducing it into a very basic. Well, nowadays, basic items are sells like crazy. So I think good job. I really like the directions, and yeah, we go to Bayou then for review.
Thank you. Okay. Nice presentation, Vinny. I think this design really show a humble response to your problem. I think that is a good point. And it's really important in design to respond really humble and simple like that, because sometimes a sophisticated design is so in the end it just causing another problem. So what I like about your response, again about your response, yeah, because you can see it, your activity, respond it as a, see your problem as a system problem, not just a particular product. So what makes it beautiful, because uh, you can put two aspects, technical aspect and the visual aspect, aesthetic aspect, the right proportion. And of course, because you responded like that, you have so many opportunity to go with your product to another level. You can manufacture it. You can propose it to manufacturer. I mean, yeah, you can start to create another retail or segment products. I think you have opportunity with that. And and what I want to concern about is probably you need to uh, don't play too safe. Don't play don't be afraid to play a little naughty. I think, yeah. You still it's okay. It's okay to make a mistake in design or express more. But yes, in the end, you have to um keep the harmony, function, the aesthetic, And the most important is the philosophy of your design, the motivation of your design. I think it's like that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, Fini, I think we have a question for you from the YouTube live. I think one of your fans
Okay.
are asking
Okay.
this. Okay, to Fini, so is this a desk designed only for designers?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the
Okay. Uh, can be used to a lot of people because um you can use the what the anything, not just my embroidery projects or my design purpose only. It can be used to hang your picture, your notes, your books, or your stationery. Because right now we spend most of my time in the room, so I think to organize our things, create a better storaging system, is it can reduce our stress level during this time because we don't know for sure we will in the uh, and when we will start working again, we don't know for sure when. So clean your room, to tidying your space, to rearranging your stuff, I think it's very important. So I think a lot of people can use idea or this concept.
okay. So it is not only for designers. Then everyone can use this table, right? Right. Okay. Thank you, Vinny. Okay. There's another question for Saza. We go to the first participant. Saza, are you there? Sasa.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, there's a question for you from YouTube Live. How do you secure the additional container to the round edge? You mentioned before that the table should be rounded, the edge should be rounded, right? And then the person want to ask you, how do you secure the additional container with the round edge?
Okay, so if we want to secure the paper container, maybe we can drill the hole lower, not at the flat side, because when I say I want to make my table's edges rounded, I didn't mean it to be a full rounded. I only mean only at the top, the edge. So there is still like the flat surface, the flat side of the table. So we can drill the hole lower, and we can use the bolts and nuts to secure the paper container. But there is another ways that we can use the hooks. I think the hooks will not be a problem if we want to attach the hooks into the rounded edges. For example, for the table with a thin tabletop, it's like that.
Okay, so you're suggesting or you're saying that there's two ways of addressing the issues. One is the hook would not be a problem because it can be hooked anywhere. And then the second one is people can use the lower part of the tabletop, isn't it? Is it
Yes,
correct?
that's right.
Okay, so I hope the one that asked the question are satisfied with the question. It's from Francis Surya Saputra.
Okay.
Francis, thank you for the questions.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah. Okay. We go to the next session. Wait. Okay, there's another question for Fini. Not Fini, Henry Wijaya. For Fini, sorry. From Henry Wijaya for Fini. Fini, are you there?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how about DAS concept for programmer? Okay, I think it's a bit. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I don't know what exactly do, but I know it's very related to cabling system. I don't know. They own a lot of headphones. Maybe I don't know. With this design, maybe this storage system to put the miniature cable and also put your headphones. I don't know, but if you use a PC, maybe the table would be not strong enough for the PC. I think, and it needs more comfortable chair. Sorry,
Yes.
I cannot answer that.
I hope the one that asking a question is satisfied with your answer. If I can add a bit, a little, there's also a chair for gamers, the gamer chair. So maybe by adding that, because it became more uh, relatable with the gaming positions, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
thank you, Fini. Okay, we go next to this Luis Chandra. We go next to the next presentation by Luis Chandra.
Hello. Good
Hello, Luis.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Sir Christian, Sir Eugenio, other reviewers, my fellow mentees, and everyone. My name is Luis Chandra, and I'm an interior design student from Tarumanagara University. For this presentation, my case of study is related to my own bedroom with a dimension of 277 by 311 by 297 with my activity from work from home. And reminder, all the dimensions mostly in centimeters. Let me tell you a story. Ever since pandemic, there's nothing to do for me actually, except waking up, working on online classes and assignments, cleaning up, eating brunch and dinner, and take a nap or sleep. And coincidentally, most of them are done in my bedroom. In rough summary, this is my schedule, and we can see that most of my time are spent in university related. And I've done it for 4 days a week. Next, please. And this is what I do on my days off. I have 3 days off in a week, and unsurprisingly, university related activity is the most dominant. Well, even though I loosen up a bit. Next, please. Because of that, this exact table is the most used furniture in my bedroom. Well, to be honest, I can do it outside my bedroom, but it's not very effective for me. Next, please. However, there are some problems. If we look on these images, there are too many clutters. Next, please. And in this layout, we can see that it may not severely affect the flow of the room, but as my studies goes on, the clutter may grow bigger and bigger, and it becomes disastrous and cramped. So, what needs to be done? Well, I have come up with 3 solutions. First, next please, decluttering. There are 3 steps. Categorize your objects in the clutter. Sort them into groups. There are 5 common groups, which is trash, keep, uh, donate, recycle, and fix or mend. And then organize what you want to keep, and you don't have to put all the things in your bedroom. You can put it elsewhere. Next, please. The second one is improvised. What I mean is we redesign the furniture. In this case, since my table is the most used, I choose that exact furniture to be redesigned. And we can see the dimensions on the drawing of my drawing. And the features are the table have a drafting area with LED attachment, and it made of glass and aluminum with black dough finish. And also under the table, there are drawers, which is movable and stackable. And we can see on the image of on the right, you can customize the drawers like you want to, if you want to customize the stack. And the drawer have a dimensions of 60 by 60 by 633.8. And it's already included in the grooves. I mean the tongue. And the tongue is not only to secure the drawers, but also to take out the drawers under the table. And most of them are made of plywood with oak veneer finished. Next, please. The final step is relayout. We can make changes into the interior of the room. In this case, I discard my coffee table, redesign the table, and change the bunk bed into a single bed. And I want to add additional points. The single bed can be folded to the wall, so the floors will be much bigger and the room will be spacious. Next. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you for your interest and listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Luis. Can we go back to the before page, the before this? Yes. Okay. Okay. Christian, do you have any words about this?
I think that it's interesting, the idea of stackable drawers, but I don't know, I don't understand really the motivation, the need of to have stackable drawers. And then I like the idea, but it's better if Luis better explain the need to have stackable drawers. And yeah, it's very simple, very clean, very clear. And then yeah, also in this case you have the glass that maybe could be another material, maybe could be yeah, not a transparent surface, something that yeah, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Do you have any comment about the table itself?
No, not particularly.
All right. Okay, for me, I'm also intrigued with the concept of movable drawers, stackable drawers. I find it interesting, and from the retail point of view perspective, I think product something like this can be people will love it because they can do some sort of they can arrange the drawers by themselves. Other than that, the table is very simple. You focus on just a simple table and then a glass center. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's a glass center. I like it. Yeah, I think that's a good concept for the drawers. But maybe this time we go to Ibu Naila. Ibu Naila, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you give your opinion about this presentation?
What I like from Luis. Hi, Luis. This is Naila. So what I like is that you take time for you to survey, to do your research, to get the brief right. This is something that's important because for me, function is number one. And then after that, we can do the design properly. Regarding your design on the table, yes, nowadays everything should be modular. Anything should be mobile. So anything that you need one drawer or two drawers, you can have it. And it's nice if we can do it like that. I think that you need to have those mobile is because you need place for you to work, right? You need your legs to go inside. So this is why you just can have it mobile. For me, this is like we have product like that, but when you say veneer, for me, it's something that's something that you have to think about because maintenance wise will be a bit difficult for veneer because you can use like other material like HPL, high pressure laminate, which is easier also to maintain, and you get a lot of color. You can play with colors, so it's not like dominant one color, only the veneer, the wood. But my question is that you're an interior designer, right? Are you still using LED light? You're saying that you have glass because you want to use it like for to have an LED before. It's like for you to trace something. But nowadays it's very, it's not often that we do that. I just use my window usually and then face it on the window. So, but because I need the clean surface when I work, when you do those big space planning, layout plan, I prefer to do it by hand, sketch drafts. So I need like a very nice smooth surface. If you have glass and then you have another material, then your pencil, will go through those hooks and gaps and so on. So this is my maybe something that you can think about that. Thank you.
Hey, Eugene, Charles here. Can I just add a little bit to Lewis's presentation? Hey, Lewis, Charles here. Just a bit of a comment. I think, personally, myself, I'm very intrigued with the what you call it, this reconfigurable or restacked furniture. Yeah, and part of the reason, uh, we BWI also carry this brand called Montana. I mean, if you want to take a look at because the not only like what Ibu Naila said about the material, but also how do you connect one component to another makes a big difference, right? And that's another area of design, how to simplify things, but also to secure it so that it can be used properly, right? So if you want to take a look at, one product that I think is very good in line with your design thinking, go look at Montana Furniture because they're kind of like what you're thinking right here. It's a Lego based system, modular. They can stack on top of another. You can put it on a wall. Yeah, so just that. Thank you.
Interesting. Any words, Luis?
Actually, thank you for the suggestion, and it really helps. I think that's all because, yeah, I agree with them actually.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the presentations. Okay, we go forward to Risa Septriani Dewi. Risa, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Please start your presentations. Hello. Can you speak a little louder, please?
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Mbak Risa, maybe you can move a little bit closer to the microphone so the voice will be louder.
Okay, maybe we can go to the next presentations and then we go back to Riza because there's a little bit of difficulties, technical difficulties that she's having. So, okay, we jump to the. Okay, this is not the last one. Riza will be the last one. This one is Stephen Daniel. Stephen Daniel, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah. Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Christian. Good evening, Mr. Eugene, and all of the representative of HDI and ADPI, and all of the audience. I'd like to show you about my design of my ideal workplace design. But before I like to introduce myself, my name is Stephen Daniel. I came from Petra Christian University. Study interior design at fifth semester. So this is my current workplace. Before I use my bedroom, I used to work in the living room. But right now I think it's better because it's more private and I can concentrate more. Then I have a three point that I think is important for me right now: the ventilation, personal items, and workspace and furniture. The furniture that have a biggest role in my life right now because work from home state is a standard folding chair, but it becomes a problem for me. Next. Okay, what is the problem? The problem is I work more or less than 8 hours a day. So it gives me a cramp all over my body, a backache, and it makes me more stressed. So I came up with the solutions. I create the bigger ventilations for a good air circulation. Then I have windows for reflect the light, so the room will become more brighter. Then I give some plants and view to the gardenscape. So the room will seem more alive and it can reduce my stress. Then this is my idea that I think it's important is flipping backrest. So the flipping backrest is designed to support my backbones. Usually people at my age are really like to work on bed. So this product will make us keep our backbone structure in a healthy position. So even we have to work on bed, we can still have a healthy backbones. Then the next one is personal items, and the personal items is really personally for me because I like to keep my personal items like notes or letters is for reminders for me and moment keepers. Then what I really need the most is office chair because it's, it is have a high ergonomic chair and have a big port at the backrest. Next. So I came up with a concept of nongkrong. Maybe Mr. Christian didn't know what the nongkrong means. Nongkrong is a Japanese word that means hanging out. Like in this time, we can hang out with our friends, right? We can go outside, we can playing outside, or even chit chat outside of our house. So I try to bring all of the fun from outside world to inside of my rooms. Then I have 2 points that I think it's really important in my design is comfortable and fun because I can do anywhere I like and I need to rearrange my room when I get bored. So maybe this pandemic will not end soon, so I'll use my room very much. Then if you see the bottom of my presentation, in the left side is my project of highly adjusted table. So I can sit in there and then it can be a work table, a work table. And the third evolution is the standing table. So I get the suggestion from Mr. Charles about highly adjusted table. So I pick the design, then I redesign again so it can be set on. Then the right one is the configuration when I want to work on bed. Next. This is my color tone and material scheme. So I use a lot of woods because I think woods give me a psychological effect of warmth. Then the second one, I use a cement for my rooms for the focal point because I think the gray tone will create a psychological effect of calm, relaxed. Then then it will reduce my stress and I'm not become crazy because I need to work maybe more than 8 hours. That's all of my presentation. I'm open to suggestion and critique. It's pleasure for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for the presentations. Christian, we go from you.
Yeah, an interesting project, I have to say. Maybe the stairs to go on the bed are, yeah, we can also think about drawers in the same box. I don't know, without the stairs, because the stairs has to be very strong, has to be very yeah, I don't know. That could be. I like very much the adjustable height table. It's an interesting solution, an interesting idea that it could be great. You can also maybe you can also change the height of the bed, and then if you would like to maintain the stairs, you can increase the height of the bed, and then putting more drawers under the bed. It could be a solution, and then to have more space to stock and to put your things. The basis of the table has to be very strong to be ready also to sit on it, because if you move down to the lowest position, I think that somebody would like to sit on there. And yeah, I like it. I like it very much. It's a good interior design project.
Thank you so much, Mr. Christian.
Well, I like it very much too about the table, Stephen. It's different from your previous solution. You change it in the last minute, and I think that's a good idea. I think that the concept is very relatable with our life, and then these types of table usually we saw on working environment, like in offices. So the dimensions of the table is usually a bit larger, so the width of the table is a bit long. But for this table, I think it's like 550. 550, okay. Yeah. I really like the concept, and then especially from table, it can go from table to a bench. So it has to be very sturdy, it's very strong, but then again, I like the appearance, the style is very clean, very sleek. So it can go with any kind of environment for me. But I have one question though. How do you go from the floor to the bed, because the legs will be uneven, right? Unless can be like adjusted also into like differently. So the left and the right can be adjusted differently, or do they raise the same times, or how? Can you explain that?
Oh, okay. I know you will ask the question because I really think that when so much, I won't have to bench, I won't have a table too, but my room is small. Then if I want to work on bed, so I flip the right side of the leg, right side of the table legs to upside. So if you can see on the bottom right of my presentation, can I annotate? I request for annotating backpack on my third slide, maybe. Okay.
Can you request for annotating again? Okay.
Yes. Okay. If you see the bottom right of my presentation, there are like a flipped leg. So the mechanism of my furniture is like stick, like the stick that can be extended to be long a long stick than a short stick. So if you want to go to create the workpiece on the bed, you can flip the right side of the table leg and flip it upside. Then you can put that above the woods on the right side of the bed. Yeah. There is a width on the woods, maybe 12 centimeters. So you can put the table in the woods.
I see.
Understand?
Yeah. I do
Really
understand.
hard to.
No, you explained it well. Thank you, Stephen. So this design, you're not only designing a table, but then you also relay out your bedroom. Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's hear from Ibu Naila. Do you have any comment about this?
Oh, okay. Steven, I like that you put your desk now at the windows, which has a lot of natural light coming in. So for you also it's nice as a designer to see outside, to see nature to get inspiration. Yes, nowadays ergonomics, we have to work down in an ergonomic chair and then also up when we're a bit tired. This is something that can be hydraulic. You can do it manual or motorized, also can be. But when you start putting one leg up with your motorized or your hydraulic system, then there is something that's a bit difficult to do. So technology is something, but to have something that can go up and down, and then after that, one leg can again be put below. For that one, you need a lot of study. You need to check and see if there is anything in the market that can do that. For me, for the bed, this is something that non-chrome, yes, but again, if you already have a space for you to work and then a nice chair, use the chair. Or if not, if you want to sit on the bed, then have the bed in the height of a chair. It's like only 45 meter high, 45 centimeter high, so that you can also sit over there. You can have low drawer along. But for me, it's also one good thing is about your mural, your wall over there. Because nowadays we also like to put our sketches or draft and so on. There is two ways that you can do it. Is that you can do with this metal laminate, so you can write on it. You can also magnetic. You can put your photos on it. But the cheaper way that we usually do in our project is that we just do a metal sheet on the wall, and then we put wallpaper. So with the metal sheet, you just use your magnetic pin, and then you can just have it around your wall. You can change it, and it's proper, and it's really easy to do. So this is my input. Hopefully it helps. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Naila.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naila. What an interesting comment. Okay, we move backward to Risa. Risa, are you there?
Yes.
You ready now?
Me?
Can you
Hello?
speak a Can you speak a little bit louder, please?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry for before trouble. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to participate in this discussion. Hello everyone, my name is Riza. I graduate from Magister Design ITB Bandung while actively teaching interior design in ISI Yogyakarta. I using my free time doing creative work as an interior designer. Today, I would like to present to you my design exercise for Design Up Class Season 2. I have been working from home for 3 months because of coronavirus. I'm a working mother. I work using a laptop for more than 8 hours every day. The in my room. I was not focused, more often tend to work in bed. Using a laptop, my back hurts, my hands get tired quickly, and I get sleepy. Work is not optimal, bored with a narrow view, and I cannot monitor my son because they care close. I need a large ergonomic workspace for working, and at the same time, I can still monitor my son. So I took of moving the desk from my bedroom to the living room. Okay. The problem is when working in the living room, I have to open the main door to get a lot of air circulation, but my privacy is lost. There is the existing plan and the table position after I move it from my bedroom. This desk is a piece of furniture that I often use during quarantine. As you see, this time to change the desk. Problem statement is multifunction workspace can be used as a divider between spaces. Ergonomic, easy to move can be because of the tiny. Next. Okay. Here is the flow circulation for the workspace. The total area for this workspace is less than 8 square with 3.5 meter for the ceiling height. You can see the dimension of the workspace design and the way to fold and move it. I use caster to move it. While my friend comes, I hope my living room looks spacious. Next. Okay, the left shelf for my books and stationery, another shelf for my boys' toys, and I use perforated metal and one side mirror for the skin and metal for the frame. I also use colors to make it more playful and give me a good vibes. And this is one solution for my temporary lifestyle as a working mother with unlimited space for movement. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Riza, for the presentations. Also, it's more adjustable shelving.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
It's a compact cabinet.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Christian, do you have any word for this?
Yeah, I think interesting solution to save space and to guarantee a bench where to work, a clean bench, because every time you need to close and to flip the legs inside and to put the books, the toys. I think that it's interesting, very easy. Yeah, very. Also, when you fold up, it is very useful. And yeah, do you think that below you have wheels? Is it right? Yeah, there are wheels below the. And I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, from me, interesting concept. A compact cabinet combined with table. I think it's very useful nowadays. Just a minor question on using this one-sided mirror.
Yes.
Why do you use why do you choose to use that, and then the perforated
Oh,
material?
okay. I would like to make my room look spacious and transparent.
I see.
Good idea.
Yeah, I think you can use the mirror a little bit more. So the perforated maybe all area could be covered with one-sided mirror if you want to make it look more clean for me. But then again, if that's a styling issue, so it can be subjective. But I really like the concept. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Just the minor issues about styling. We go to Ibu Naila then. Ibu Naila.
I think it's Ivorina.
Okay. I have my turn, last one, actually. Okay, thank you, yeah. I would like to comment for Riza, first of all.
Burina, sorry.
Gak apa-apa, it's okay.
Okay.
Last one. So, first of all, I think changing from working table for the movable partition and multi-function partition is very good idea. I saw the dimension last time is too high, but now it's more reasonable, the height, the depth, and the length. But I'm just worried about the perforated and the mirror because it's too fragile. I understand you have children, right? When you're at home, so it's just wondering the matter of material selection. But anyway, it's your style. Actually, I like the concept, the compact of the working table. But talking about the solution relation to your lifestyle now, I guess this is important that this looks so refreshing, I think, in your room. It's important that this product, your design, it makes you happy, refreshed, and productive when you work. So just additional comment from me. This is related solution, contemporary things in your little house. The most important thing is just makes you happy and refreshed and get more productive when you work. But last one is you say that you have a children in your house and you're working at home. I think when you work you need the privacy, right? Means that you put your partition in the middle of your room. I think for me, you need to have and to show 2 or 3 layout position. When you're not having a guest, you can also in the corner, or you can put out other side to living room. So because it's more spacious, it's just my opinion. So you think that your design is the best solution for you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Burina.
Thank you, Burina, for the comment. We already
finished
last presentation. Is it correct, Widi?
Correct.
Okay, so thank you so much for the reviewers and then participants to already presenting their stuff. We go to Widi now.
Okay, thank you, Mas Eugene. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Mas Bayu. Thank you, Bunaila and Burina. And for the mentees as well, amazing presentation, amazing feedback as well from all the reviewers. Now I would like to open the Q&A session for all the mentees. Do you have any questions for the reviewer? Or maybe actually we have a question from the floor from the YouTube viewers. Wait a minute. So we have a question to all the participants from Francis Surya Saputra. I agree with Christian that future design should be sustainable and responsible. So do you think your design already reflects these future keywords? So to all our mentees, maybe all of you can turn on your video and if any of you want to like respond to this question. You think your design already reflects these future keywords?
We start from Zaza first, okay?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I think my design has reflected my. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, wait a minute. Do you think your design already reflects these future keywords, sustainable and responsible?
Okay. So I think my design already reflect the sustainable and for the future parts also because I see the sustainable part is mainly for the material. I have used sustainable material, and for the future, I think it depends on the individual that use the design. The first thing this is the initial design is I designed this initial design for myself, so I think it already reflect my view on design for the future.
Okay, move along. We go to siapa, Widi?
Tadi after Shasha, maybe we can go to Naufal. Are you here, Naufal?
Yes, I'm here. Okay. What the question? Pardon me.
Do you think your design already reflects the future keywords, sustainable and responsible?
Okay, in my opinion, my design is already represent the sustainable. It can be looked from the material and the space utilization. I think the material that I use is more lifetime and not waste any material that I didn't need. Also, as an answer to not use a lot of additional product every since when we can get additional features easily to get the add-on features. Also save paper when we just write in the paper, we can move to write in the screen as well. Okay, is there for me?
Okay, thank you, Naufal.
Yes.
Now we go to Melissa.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. And for me, I think my product is already sustainable and responsible because I think my product is improve the functional of my apartment. So I don't need to buy new chair, buying some new working chair, and I don't need to buy another product. I just need just one product, and I think I can improve my apartment just with one product. I don't need to buy more products then but I think I just need to think about, like Mr. Eugene said before, about the position of the position when I using the product. Yeah, I think there's a notes in that aspect. Just that.
Thank you, Melissa. And then we'll go to William. Do you think that your designs already reflects the keywords of sustainable and responsible? Yes.
Okay. If I look from the material aspect, I think it's very sustainable because it uses aluminum and glass, which is recyclable. And for the middle compartment, I use plywood and HPL finish that is durable also. But for the responsible, I think because this design is based on my personal experience, I don't know if this product is mass produced. It will also fits for any other person, which I still don't think this product is responsible for that aspect. Okay, I think that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, William. After this, we'll go to Ratu.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I design the movable drawer based on my problems, but I try to came up with a fewer material that I strong enough and also last a long time. And it can be personalized based on the user. It can be used not only on the workstation, but you can use it as well in the kitchen or in the bathroom. Very personalized, and I think you can just with the material you can just repaint it or refinishing it when it's time of usage. So I think that in that sense, my design is already sustainable enough, and I think I'm being responsible to my design. Thank you.
Thank you, Ratu. And then Luis.
In sustainable perspective, I think it's the furniture is already sustainable for the table. In the responsibility perspective, to be honest, this table I designed it based on my personal analysis, like what do I do in work from home and anything, and based on the schedule and more analysis. And it may not for everyone, but it may applicable for designers or drafter or someone with a very what is it, a problematic back or any type of problem in the body and have a and doing their work like drawing or the and just like the same, like it needs a good body posture to be healthier, and I think that is.
Okay, thank you, Luis. Now we'll go to Mbak Riza. Do you think that your designs really reflect the keyword sustainable and responsible? Mbak Riza. Okay.
I think my design, yes, is I yes, yes, it's sustainable and responsible the problem because I can use reusable material and easy to maintain. I design it based my problem, my needs to support all of my activities and for my tiny space.
Okay,
That's
thank
all.
you. Thank you, Mbak Riza. Now the last one, Steven.
Okay. I think I want to share a little bit of my studies in interior design. Maybe viewers can correct me if I'm wrong. Sustainable is doesn't mean that it's just ecology, but it include of social and economic. So I think my design is really sustainable because if in the social points, I think it's respond the problem of work on bed. So anybody who want to work on that can use my design. Then in the economic, I just use some of furniture. So I can use it for many functions. So I think it's cheap to create my design. Then for the ecology, I use many windows in my rooms and I create an opening so the air circulation is good, the lighting is good, and the room is bright. So I think my design is enough sustainable enough. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Steven. Before you turn off your video and audio, we have a question from the YouTube viewers. I have a question. Oh, sorry.
Before we jump to another question, I think Christian, can you share with us what is a responsible design is? I think most of the participant is getting lost with the what is a responsible design and sustainable design. Can you share with us?
Yeah, I think interpretation of Stephen is right. Sustainable design is go towards only not only something that is bio, something that is respecting the natural materials and so on, but also thinking the cost of production, the cost of waste, and also the possibility to recycle a lot of materials, and to think that the pieces could be a great solution for many people, the cost, and then I don't know, the sharing of the product all over the world, and then sustainability is something that is very I don't know, a very wide concept. And in the same way, the responsibility is because everybody that uses that piece has to have a sort of immediate perception of the right use, the immediate possibility to go through all the functions of the design of the project without any particular instruction. Responsibility is also using not only good materials, but also very good industrial process to manufacture is in relation, is connected to sustainability, but very often all around the world, standards and normatives that check the sustainability of the product give you a great score for the final product without sometimes without considering that, I don't know, to do plastic molded seating, you use very low energy, you use very few plastic that you can recycle at the end of the life of the product and so on. But sometimes nobody knows that you have to use, I don't know, 3,000 liters of water to cool the mold where you are injecting the plastic. And what about 3,000 liters of water? Also responsibility, the capacity to read not only what the manufacturer or a standard, a local standard in a country tell you about and respect the standard, but have the capacity to read through the lines, to read something more.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Christian. Maybe we have input from Ibu Rina also about responsible and sustainable.
Oh, thank you. Wow. So for me, oops. Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, Ibu.
Yeah, responsibility and sustainability, and the one that Christian told is not it's just everything that rely around us. Uh, so about the is it a great solution for us, and we can it's a good product, it's a easy process, so it's material not wasting too much. So I think it's little responsible means big for us, I think. Yeah, I think so.
Thank you, Burina. Maybe Mas Bayu, do you have any input about sustainable and responsible design? Mas Bayu.
Sorry. There's some like a connection. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is really important because sustainability and responsibility in designing and in everything that we do, it comes from the basic and the fundamental motivation of an action. And I think for designer, especially for every creative, uh, the factor of empathy, the quality of empathy, uh, it should be one thing that make them decide to design something. So it is mostly impossible to detect any problem or realize any problem or aware for many problems without empathy first. So because of the quality of empathy, uh, it will determine the quality of responsibility of the design. For example, many of our participants, our mentees here, they start to uh, practicing their empathy with their self. That's why they also understand with their own problem and they can took really responsible for their design. But then they're afraid they have a certain fear when the product should be mass produced, for example, because they don't really confident that their problem or their quality of empathy is quite suitable with another person. I think sustainability itself, it is not only because of the empathy itself. The sustainability is not only about the ecological, about the how a product should be function, but also it's talking about holistic aspect, how it impact another aspect, another field, society, the ideology, even the politic, the economy, something like that. And everything should give a better value. That's what design means. And the most important in a design, when you already have a good thinking about sustainability and feel responsible of your design, the most important is how to make it deliver better, how to make it deliver best to another, to the world. I think that's all from me.
Thank you, Mas Bayu. The last one, Ibu Naila, do you have any input?
So,
Yes.
okay. For me about sustainability and responsibility, technically, I think Christian has already informed what to do, how to do it, and so on. For me, I just want to add another part of this is that please use local material. It's not only about the function, it's also materials that's around you, if you can use it, so that socially you use those material in a good function, but also that it's easier to use, and then you can also use the workmanship from local workers and so on. So this is what I want to add. We have a nice bamboo or rattan, things like that, which now is quite nice because it's all the furniture, a lot of furniture is being designed with those material. So in one way is that, yes, construction wise, yes, technically wise, but another part is that please use anything that can that are locally available, and also use the workers to do it locally, which will be really nice. Thank you.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Totally agree.
Thank you, Ibu Naila. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we go back to the question from the viewer in YouTube. This is for Steven. This is from Jennifer Wuisan. I have a question for the table. Is it strong enough to hold back the load when we use it in the bed? Because it looks like the table at the hospital, but the difference is in the legs that can be folded.
Okay, I'll answer that. So, I think it will still strong because there is a extended area in the table that can be attached on the right side of the bed, such as like a wood which has a width of 20 centimeter. So the wood will become the construction of the right area of the table. I think that's the answer. But I like to ask the viewers. I didn't know a lot about hints on my product. Maybe you can give me some uh, suggestion what hints I use on my table. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven. Okay, before while we are waiting for the feedback from the viewers, maybe the mentees, do you have questions to the reviewers?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, Naufal.
Yes, my name is Naufal. Is directly I say. I have question to Mr. Christian. I look there's a lot of what can I say sofa design or lazy couch design. I need to know there so many design out there. Is there any design process that you usual to use, or you just the designer just design the sofa from what their is inspire, or what their want to delivery. Is there anything design process that the detailed design process that we can to know? Okay, that's it.
Christian?
Christian.
Yeah. Sorry. Um, every time when there are so many different process that you can go through to design a sofa or a piece of furniture, because some companies like Moroso usually prefer to leave open field to the creativity of the designer, and then trying to interpret and to feel what is the background and the idea of the designer, and to bring on the market something that is completely new, something that could be also change the way of thinking of the people. Nowadays is not easy, because designing furniture is very old, becomes from the beginning of the human species, and then it's very difficult to design something that is disruptive, that is completely revolutionary, and so on. At LaCividina, we use another concept. At the beginning, we share with the designers a brief that we think that could fit better a need of the company and of the market, and then something that becomes as a need from the company, because we miss something from our selection, our catalog, and that we feel that is right for the market in that moment. And then usually the design at LaCividina becomes something that is a very confident and very effective work together with the designer, the company together with the designer, and it is not only an interpretation of the creativity of the designer. We put some details on the table, on the bench, and we discuss with the designer the ideas, and the design born and increase and change and go on with a four hands job together. This is the process in our company today. But there are a lot of different companies that works in different manners, in different matters, and different ways.
Okay, thank you. That's you open my perspective about relationship of the designer and the company itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Naufal, for the question. I'm going to open two more questions before we finish the session. Is there any question from the mentees?
I want to ask some question. Stephen.
Hi, Stephen. Can you turn on the video as well?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Thank you.
So I like to ask, maybe because I'm an interior designer, not a product designer student, I like to ask from Mrs. Naila or Mrs. Rina about how to expose our product or our design. As a young interior designer who recently graduated, of course, we didn't have an exposure, well exposure. So what we must do as a young interior designer to expose our product or design. Thank you.
Okay, my turn. Christian, thank you for your question. Actually, there's a lot of program in Jakarta from association, from interior association or product association. They have a program competition to show product I think a year there's a lot, so you have to be active to to submit your product, and especially young designer. I think, and then there's one thing. There's a lot of what we call uh, expo in the year. Maybe now it's because of pandemic. It's being suspended, but there's a lot of furniture expo in Jakarta. You can join to to have a showcase, especially in Jakarta. They have a young designer space for you to show. I think you have to ask to your friend. Uh, uh, Usually me also organize. Eugene and Bayu also organize. So maybe next time I will spread more and you get invited. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Burina. Bu Naila, do you have anything to add?
I think Rina has already explained.
Okay, thank you.
Exposure. We and HDYI registered to HDII. There is a lot of webinars and seminars that you can join.
Okay, thank you, Mrs.
Thank you, Bu Naila. Thank you, Stephen, for the question. Okay, one last question before we end the program. Ratu?
Yeah, I want to ask something. The reviewer, for you, what does it take to be a good designer, and what a good design exactly for personality?
Okay, maybe we can start with Christian.
Um, it is not easy to answer, really not easy, because at LaCividina we like very much the concept less is more. We like very clean lines, very clean surfaces without not so much rich details. And then we like the high quality of the details, the stitchings, the borders, everything is very, very well done, very, I don't know, the end of a process of research and detailed production, quality production, but usually we like very much the clean and the less is more design, the design that becomes from a concept that is very, very easy to interpret. A good design, I don't know, but a good design, it is something that you see immediately, that you feel immediately, that is something good, that is something beauty, that is something that fits together with the environment, with something that is happening all around. It is something that let you have a good sensation. And then from there you start an analysis and you start to go deepen on the details and on the content of the design. But it usually is something that let you have a good feeling from the beginning.
Thank you, Christian. Maybe we go to Ibu Rina first.
Okay, for interior designer perspective, I think to be a good designer, you start to have a passion first, and you start to do a consistent everything. You need the experience, and by the time you make a design, especially interior designer, the project, when you meet client is happy, means that you give a good solution for them. I think that's a good designer. Design thing, not just finish the project. And it's not just do the project, but just makes client happy and the better solution for everybody. I think that's interior design's view, designer view. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Rina. Maybe we go to the mentor first, Mas Eugene.
Yeah. Talking about good design, for me, a good design can provoke something in you, like not provoke. It makes you feel something. Like some good design answer your needs to certain functions, but also it not just functionality. A good design is also, like Christian said, responsible. It's also sustainable. But most of the good design, mostly they are very relevant with what we are uh, having, or what the lifestyle is nowadays. So relevant, something that is relevant and makes you not makes a good design is it's difficult to answer, because it's not just about visual, it's not just about the functionality, but also a lot of aspect. uh, yeah, responsibility, sustainability, those sort of things are merged into one, and that makes a good design. I think for me is that.
Thank you, Mas Eugene. We'll go to Ibu Naila.
Fanny is the one asking, right? She's an interior designer from LaSalle. Okay, you study, and then after that you finished your university, then you have to work. Working as an interior designer has to be passion, and patience also. You have to get because it's not something that you can do in one day. This is teamwork as an interior designer, and you have to work together with your teamwork. Is it with your own company, or is it with other consultant, like mechanical, electrical? So there's a lot again to learn after you from university. You have to learn other experience, other science, like lighting, acoustic, and so on. From there, you get all the experience, and then you have to hear what the clients wants. You need to get the brief right. You need to know what is the function of this interior, what they want, the atmosphere that they want. But again, for me, is again for interior design, space planning is a must. So it's again about function. Later on is that you have to develop with all the materials, with all the conscience about responsibility, sustainability, select the right material, select the right furniture. The only way that you can say if it's a good project or not is when the client say, I like your project. I like where I'm now in the office or anywhere, the retail. I'm happy with you. And this is something that we say, this is a good project. That's the only thing that makes us feel good, because it's not the product that we sell. It's just a space, an office, or a hotel. And after that, hopefully you get more other project if you're a good designer. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Naila. Lastly, from Mas Bayu.
Okay, thank you, Vinny. Okay, good design. It depends on which perspective are we saying. In the perspective of the customer, they can always also say on and define what is good design from their perspective. But from the side of designer, the good design itself, uh, for every designer has various meanings, various scheme and method and concern also. But I think a good design for designer is about the designing itself. So it's not about the result. It's not about the end of the result, but it's how you do the design. So good design is start with good empathy, and then ending with a good illumination. And between those two, there are good responses, which is contains good technique, good thinking, good skill, and everything that technical inside of it. The good response. And after that, you still have another responsibility to for delivery. Then the next category for good design is a good delivery. And after that, uh, you can say that you do the design very well. You do the design responsibly. I think that's my opinion for you. Thank you.
Totally agree.
Thank you, Mas Bayu. Thank you, Ratu, for the question.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so that's our last question. Thank you everyone for staying with us, giving reviews for the presentation as well. Maybe before I'd like to invite Mas Eugene to give closing remarks.
Okay, thank you, Edie. Well, thank you everyone who has joined us today in this session. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Burina, Bunaila. Thank you, Bayu, Pak Charles, Mbak Nana, and all the participants. I think with this topic, design and contemporary lifestyle, I hope with this session we can all understand just a bit understand about how a product is made. There's a lot of things to be considered in making a product, especially considering the lifestyle of the consumers. So I hope with this session we know about the how design and lifestyles is always interconnected and they influence each other. So um, lifestyle and products are always changing, and we as a designer must stay relevant. We must stay current. Uh, we must always aware with the situations and how to come up with the best solution with the current situations. And most definitely, any good designs that are being born nowadays, in some ways, are putting an impact or improvement to our life conditions. So I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for being a good participants in the 3 days. Thank you, Christian, for freeing your time this Saturday. We have a lot of great insight from you, from Burina, Bunaila, Pawayu, semuanya. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mas Eugene. Now,
I also would like to thank you. I also would like to thank you, the Museum Machan, the BWY, Eugene, Bunaila, Burina. Thank you very much, Bayu. Thank you very much to everybody.
okay. Thank you so much, Christian. Mas Bayu, maybe would you like to say some closing remarks?
Well, not in particular actually. I just want to thank you everybody for inviting me, and in the name of another designer at the PE especially, I would like to thank Museum Macan BWI for creating this event. This is really educational and really give many benefit and enlightening for many designers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Bayu. Ibu Rina, would you like to give some closing remarks?
Okay, once again, thank you for Pak Charles BWI, and thank you for Museum Macan for inviting me to support this very good program. This is the second one, and I heard there's a lot of until December's going on, and I hope success for this program. Thank you for Eugene and every mentis. You really successful this today presentation. I think we get something today. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Ibu Rina and Ibu Naila. Would you like to say something for the mentees?
Okay, for the mentees, you have a long way to go. So please learn about all this. What you've done today is a good program. You can learn about new things, about new design, what's happening also. So it's again a lot of training and learning that you have to do for the mentees. Again, thank you for BWI, Charles, and also Monsieur Machan. For us, this program will help all the new designers coming up, and we can learn about what they have learned and what they are going to do next. So again, please do a lot of program like this, and we will continue to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Naila. Pak Charles, I would like to invite you to give some closing remarks.
You're not gonna take a long time. I just want to thank everybody. I think the second session is definitely is a improvement, which is I'm really glad. I think we give a bit of better structure right now. Thanks, Eugene, for all the input that you've given, and then for leading the way. Much appreciated. Christian, thanks a lot again. It's Saturday, I know it's a beautiful day. Now you can get out and ride a bike or something. Bunaila, Burina, Mas Bayu. This is not gonna stop, okay? So I think the next iteration I think like Eugene said, like a lot of the teams are gonna be interconnected to one another. Just talking about good design, yeah. So next one, we're gonna bring topic about sustainability, material and sustainability, and also about colors. So then, the mentees again, right? I mean, we're not closing doors to you. If you guys wanna join in again, either as a mentees or as a participant, but please follow along the program. So then, we hope that you get something out of it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Charles. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all our lovely reviewers. Thank you, Mas Eugene as the mentor. Thank you, Charles from BWI. Thank you, our lovely mentees as well. You've been great today. All the presentations are great. Before I really close the program, let's take a photo together virtually. Still Indonesian tradition that we have to take a photo together. Please turn on your video. I'm sorry that suddenly my webcam hang, so I couldn't take my own video. So. It's okay, MC is not important. So all the important ones are the reviewers and the mentees. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you again, Pak Charles from BWI. Thank you, Christian from LaCividina. Thank you, Ibu Naila and Ibu Rina from HDII. Thank you, Mas Bayu from ADPII. Thank you, Mas Eugene as the mentor. Thank you, our lovely mentees. Don't forget that Christian is going to give a lecture in July. Please wait for it. Wait for the information. Look forward to it as well. And when we are going to open another mentoring and open review session, please look forward to it also. Still not going to spoil the date, but you are welcome to apply again with different mentor. So, thank you, everyone. We are glad to have you and see you again. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bapak Ujin.
Experience.
Bapak Bayu.
Bu Rina.
Bu Rina.
Bye-bye all.
Ya.